Hello everyone. My name is Ykä. I'm founder and CEO of Manna Insect. According to UN, we need over 1 billion tons more feed in the coming decades to feed animals. This is a new emerging $1 trillion market on top of the already current feed markets. Traditional feed markets are growing 5% annually, including soy, fish meal and corn, which are all already unsustainable. That is one reason why insect-based feed markets are already growing 30% and are limited mainly because there's capacity challenges. It makes sense to use biowaste to feed insects. However, a significant portion of high-quality biowaste, like potatoes, are scattered all over rural areas on farms and are practically unused because of high transport and emission costs. We have developed our solution so that we can upcycle farm waste on-site using insects and convert that into high-quality animal feed. With an example $80,000 one-time investment, we can upcycle 1,000 tons of wasted potatoes annually and convert that into 150 tons of animal feed. And we can generate $300,000 annual revenue with 50% profit margin. We have actually this site now operational in Finland, and we are scaling it to full capacity during the winter. As each of these local ecosystems cannot produce enough to meet the high demand, we are aggregating all local future sites in one marketplace for feed companies. To give you an idea of the market potential, just US alone, there are 2 million tons of wasted potatoes on farm, which we can convert into $400 million annual revenue. We are a highly experienced team with serial entrepreneur background and also C-management level positions. And we have gathered an experienced advisory board and investors so far. We have a clear plan on how we are conquering the world in the next few years. And we are raising Series A round early next spring. And I hope you can join us. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Manna Insect. And now we have a round of questions from the jury for you.
Okay, I'll go first. Really, I love the company. I love what you're doing. I'm just curious about sort of the production side of things. How do you, convert it from, what's the process like? Just walk me through the process.
Well, actually, this is what we've been doing the past 3 years, is that we first learned how the larva, in this case, black soldier-fly larva, works and how you can actually mate them to produce more eggs. And in our case, we have made climatized shipping containers where we have all parts of the process from breeding to rearing. So practically we pre-process the waste, in this case potatoes, and we have a recipe of how many kilos potatoes and how many kilos of larva or grams of larva we put in a batch inside a container for the growing period. And then we take out and we have post-processing on how we separate the frass and larva on site. So our main, let's say, idea has been that everything is modularized to a site where it can be done practically anywhere.
And just to follow on that, sorry if I'm taking others' time here, but just talk to me about the pricing. Are you, where are you in the sort of pricing matrix in the industry?
Well, actually, that's another thing that we have been thinking a lot, and now we have decided that as insect feed has a global market price like any other feed ingredient, we have not focused directly on, let's say, making the price different. We're focusing on optimizing that we can produce it cost efficiently. So we have customers from pet food companies to chicken feed companies, but the price is more or less set by the global markets. So we haven't kind of focused on that, but we have found at the beginning we have found with potatoes that we can actually do it very optimized to produce feed.
I really love your solution, and I am really curious. What are your plans in the next 6 months in terms of development?
For next 6 months, actually the previous 6 months we were still focusing on making sure that our process is scalable. And now the next step is that we focus first that our production site in northern Finland, meaning from -30 to +40 degrees year round, actually is in full scale. And my job now as a CEO is think about the next step, which is where we're gonna start the next 2 production sites. So in my mind, I'm only thinking about growth at the moment.